Welcome to my YouTube series about SEO for remodeling contractors. Now in this series, I'm going to walk you through search engine optimization and how I'm able to achieve amazing results for my own remodeling business as well as other businesses around the country. Now, what I'm going to explain to you in this series is a little bit different than what you might hear around the internet. And that's because everyone on the internet talking about SEO, all they know is SEO. They don't actually know they don't actually have experience running a construction company and having to do this kind of stuff for themselves. I've been doing this for myself for 5 years. I've been doing it for other companies for 4 years, and I've tried just about everything that you can try. And over the years, a lot of things have changed, and most people haven't really kept up with it. They're still using old tactics that just don't work anymore. So some of the things you hear me say might be a little different than what you hear elsewhere, but just know that what I'm telling you here is backed up by real results, and you can see these results throughout all the videos on my YouTube channel. I'm constantly talking about this stuff. So first of all, why is SEO important? So if you're watching this video, then you've probably already decided it's important to you, but just in case, I'm just going to quickly recap that it's like over 95% of people these days are using Google to find what they're looking for, and that includes remodeling contractors. If someone's looking for a home edition, they're going to type in home edition near me, home edition in my city, whatever. Maybe they'll type in general contractor. They're going to Google on their phone or their computer, and they're typing in what they want, and Google is very good at knowing and understanding what they're looking for. And Google's been the best at this for a long time, over 20 years. That's why people use the term Google it when they're talking about search for something online, because Google's name has become ubiquitous with searching for something online. So SEO, or search engine optimization, is all about being found on Google. And if you've used Google much, you know there's like 10 pages of search results, but how often do you go past the first page when you're looking for something? Most of the time, I would say people find what they're looking for in the top half of the Google search page, and that's why everybody uses Google. That's why Google makes trillions of dollars every year. So smart people figured out that whoever's found on top of Google gets all the attention. But who's on those other 9 pages? Each page has 10 contractors on it. That's 99% of contractors out there live their life in internet obscurity. Nobody ever finds them. Nobody knows they exist. So nobody ever calls them or hires them. That's just the way it is. And so the very few that are able to be found on Google are getting all the attention. So what exactly is SEO? Search engine optimization, or SEO, used to be all about keywords. It used to be about just putting a ton of keywords on your website. Whatever people happen to be typing in, put those keywords all over your website, and that's all you need to do. But in this day and age, it's become more of an art form. It's less about being a trickster and tricking the search engine, and more about being an expert on value and understanding how to give people a good experience when they're on your website. Google's very, very good at understanding what people want, what they're looking for, how they behave. And if your website has Google Analytics on it, which it should, then Google's watching everything that people do on your site. And so if everyone that goes to your site clicks back and then goes and looks to another website, Google's watching that, and they're thinking, okay, well, people aren't finding what they're looking for, so we should probably stop showing this site and show a different one. And Google's constantly doing that. It's always fluctuating. So if your website doesn't give people a great experience and give them what they're looking for, Google's going to notice, and they're going to punish you, or they're going to punish you by not showing you very much. So again, old SEO is about tricking the search engine. New SEO is about providing a great experience, providing a lot of value. So what am I going to be talking about in this series? So I'm going to be going through some of the technical aspects of on-page SEO is what it's called. And this is all the stuff that's on your website. So if you're a contractor trying to manage your own website, or if you're a marketer managing somebody else's, one of the first things you do once a website is put together is go through and fix all the SEO like technical aspects. So that's going to be things like title tags, headings, URLs, alt tags, schema, and then so those are like the 5 main things. And then the next video after that is going to be about Google Maps. So Google Maps or your Google business listing, how well that shows up depends on your website. Google looks at your website for all the information about your business. So if your website's put together correctly, your Google business listing is going to show up high on the search results, and I'll explain all about why that's super important later. And then at the end, the last video, I'll recap everything. And throughout this whole series, I'm going to really be emphasizing that in this day and age, SEO is not about tricking Google. It's not about stuffing a bunch of keywords everywhere you can. It's about understanding your customers and giving them a great experience on your site. Most of you out there, you probably bend over backwards to give your customers an awesome experience when you're in their home working on it. And that just needs to transfer over to your website. As soon as somebody finds you online, the experience begins. So if you can make sure that they're getting a great experience from the very beginning, then you're going to be set. And so that's what I'm going to leave you with at the right now is your keystone, like your North Star here is provide a great experience. When you're in doubt, you're not sure what to do, you're not sure what to name your title tag, you're not sure what to put as your heading at the top of your site, just think, what gives my customer the best experience? What are they doing here? And so throughout this series, I'm going to be explaining things through that lens. What is the ideal experience? What do we want people to experience when they're here? And how can we give that to them as quickly and easily as possible? So if you have any questions about what I've said so far, go ahead and post them up in the comments. If you want to be alerted when these videos become released in the coming weeks, subscribe to this channel, and thanks for watching.